Welcome everyone. Got a new video called Storytime number 2. Now if you haven't watched my Storytime number 1 video, please do that after this one. The intent behind the Storytime versus my normal videos is that I'm trying to put a lesson I've learned in context for you so that you can get the full effect of that lesson, because this is a very important lesson. That's why I'm telling you about it. Now I make all of these videos so that you can get 17 years of principal experience in short videos. And you don't have to go 17 years before learning some of these lessons, or 10 or 5. You can just watch a 10-minute video and learn a lesson and then move forward with that knowledge. Okay, so story time number 2. I need you to follow me to the very end of the video so that you get the full effect of this lesson that I learned. So I'm going to tell you a little bit, I'm going to walk you down the road, and at the very end, you're going to understand why this was an important lesson. Okay, my last school was built in 1965, 68, something like that. And when I first was assigned that campus, I went and I walked around. And there's 2 parts to this campus. There's a main building that was 1965, 68. And then there were additions to the building that were built in 2006. So a 2-story building with all classrooms, and then a gym that was built 2006. So you've got an old building and 2 new buildings, newish. It was 10 years old when I got there. So I walk around the old building, and as you would expect, it looked old, which don't have a problem with that. The layout was funky, didn't have a problem with that. But I'm an OCD guy. I'm type A personality, and I believe that as the principal of a building, I'm like the custodial parent of that building, because eventually I'm going to pass it off to someone else. And I want to pass it off to them better than the way I found it. I also believe if we don't take care of our buildings in 10 years and 20 years, there's going to be another principal. There's going to be more teachers. There's going to be other kids, and they deserve a great building. So I walked around this building and I saw where they had drilled holes in the wall to put up a plaque or to put up a picture or whatever. And not just 1 or 2, but we're talking 10 or 15 or, I mean, this building was 50 years old. I get it. But there were things that were above and beyond destructive to the building, or things that hadn't been repaired. And I was getting not mad, not angry, but furious by the minute. Not only did this was going against what I believe as what we should do for a building, but I was thinking about the kids having to walk past this every day. And this is no slight to my district. Love my districts. No slight to anyone. Just listen to the point at the end of the video and you'll get it. I'm not trying to call out anyone. So I go through the old building, getting upset by the step. Let's just say it that way. So I walk outside, decompress a little bit. Then I start walking through the 2-story building that has all classrooms. That's all it is. And I'm going in and out of classrooms. And again, I'm seeing things that were going to put this building on track to look like the old building, without a doubt. Holes in the wall, things not fixed, not repaired, maintenance that should have been taken care of, just things. Now, I wasn't as angry as I was in the first building, but I wasn't a happy camper. And part of that is me. I'll own that. I am OCD to the max. No problem. You can look in my office back here, and if those cards down there are not lined up, it's just going to bother me. So I'll own that part. So I go through the O building, I go through the 2-story building, and then I have the gym. That's my last thing. And remember, these are 10 years old. This gym is 10 years old. And I walk into it, and it looked like it had been worn. The walls weren't painted the way I like them to. Some of the markings on the rubber floor were worn out. Okay, I get it. I can fix that. And I start to go into the boys' bathroom. Now, let me stop and tell you about this for a second. Now, this school was in one of the roughest areas of San Antonio there is. Moke Casey did a study on it, and it had the highest risk factors of any school in my district, and we had 73 schools. Love Moke Casey, by the way. Then another point is they did a study, and there were 1,600 phone calls to the San Antonio Police Department in my attendance area in 1 week. Get that, 1,600 phone calls in 1 week. So it tells you a little bit about the area. Look, it's a rough area. And I've got data to prove it. And one thing with these YouTube videos is you can always fact check me, no problem. So get this, I'm going into a 10-year-old building, the gym, boys' bathroom specifically, in this type of community. And I was expecting in my mind some things. Just think about it. Pause the video and think about what you think I would find in the boys' bathroom, where all of the boys use the bathroom every day because they go to PE every day, for 10 years in this type of community. Okay. Now, I walk in and I'm looking for damage, graffiti, wear and tear, because I saw wear and tear in the other buildings. I saw damage in the other buildings. I saw graffiti in the other buildings. Let me tell you, I didn't find one scratch in that bathroom. Not one. And I looked. I didn't see wear and tear. I didn't see any damage. I didn't see any of that. And I stood there in the middle of that bathroom thinking to myself, it's not the kids who are damaging this building. It's the decisions of the adults that are damaging this facility. And that sunk in. I had to stand there and think about that for a while and change my prejudgment, my perception of the students I was about to inherit. And that was a big lesson for me. And every time I had a visitor or a group of people come visit my campus, I would do this with them. We would walk the campus, we'd walk the 2-story building, then we'd go to the gym, and then I would stop and say, what do you think would be in this bathroom? What should we expect to see? And time again, you just hear silence. And that's what happened to me, because that was the lesson I learned, not to prejudge my kids. And so I'm passing that lesson on to you, that if you're inheriting a building, or if your school has a reputation, good, bad, ugly, doesn't matter, give the kids a chance to prove who they are before you judge them. Okay, that's the lesson learned for today. I hope it makes you think. That's my hope for this video.